Bashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers out pushing the word, the truth, and the sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Aquath that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000 and 1/3, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan. It's just going to be a quick lesson. How can you false prophets? You got to be on the run right now. You got to be scared because this truth is just coming out non-stop, especially the CHARAGMA. Anyway, this is the Glenn Beck channel one day ago. And the question is the global cabal a conspiracy theory? Glenn Beck podcast. It's pretty big. Oh, Glenn Beck, he's up there with Tucker, right? Fire him, they rehire him, put him in a different position. He's the one that came out and brought out Gad, right, on accident. He exposed that Gad is from the 12 tribes, and then they fired it. Anyway, we're going to answer this question, but first let's consult the scriptures. Let's let the scriptures answer this. Is the global cabal a conspiracy theory? Well, let's see. Let's consult the scriptures here. We'll go to Psalm 64 and 2. Hide me from the secret counsel, right, of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Let's read it in the NIV. Hide me from the conspiracy theory. See that word right there? Of the wicked. From the plots of the evildoers. Read that again, Glenn Beck. Is the global cabal a conspiracy theory? What is a conspiracy theory? Right? Here you go with your weasel word. Let's read the Bible. Not a conspiracy theory. It's a conspiracy. Fact. Hide me from the conspiracy of the wicked, from the plots of evildoers. There's the conspiracy right there, showing you that it exists in the Bible. This is the cabal. Hide me from the conspiracy, the plans, secret plans of the cabal. See? Evildoers. The cabal. Right? Let's look that up. Plots, corrupt, evil gangs. Let's see if we can find cabal. The cabal. But that's what it is. Insurrection of workers of iniquity. Cabal. Let's look that word up. You already know. The cabal. Workers of iniquity. Controlled opposition. No. It's a lot. That was the old cabal. Definition. Let me get it right. Definition. In English. Secret political clique or faction. Contrived schemes of a group of persons secretly united in a plot. Oh, shit. As to overturn a government. See that? A small group of secret plotters as against the government or person in authority. A cabal. A cabal is a group of people who are united in some close design, usually to promote their private laws or interest in an ideology. A cabal is a secret plot or a small group of people who create such a plot. Some conspiracy theories are based on the idea that governments worldwide, that is exactly what it is. Small group of people who plan secretly to take action. That's it. Some common synonyms of cabal are conspiracy, intrigue, machination, and plot. A plan secretly devised to accomplish an evil. Come on. This is right out of the Bible. All right, so yeah. Let's go back to the initial question. Is the global cabal a conspiracy theory? What the fuck? No, it's clearly outlined in the scriptures. Okay? Let's start at the top here. Since we got the word conspiracy. Hear me. This is Psalm 64:1. Hear me, my power, as I voice my complaint. Protect my life from the threat of the enemy. Hide me from the conspiracy of the wicked, from the plots of evildoers. They sharpen their tongues like swords and aim cruel words like deadly arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent. They shoot suddenly without fear. They encourage each other in evil plans. They talk about hiding their snares. They say, who will see it? They plot injustice and say, we have devised a perfect plan. Surely the human mind and heart are cunning. But the Most High will shoot them with his arrows. They will suddenly be struck down. Okay? There's your plot. This whole thing is telling you that yes, there is what do you call a conspiracy theory? It's not a theory, it's a conspiracy fact. All right? Now, what is the ultimate goal of a conspiracy? Here's the ultimate goal. Look like they're putting the cones and stuff away. Okay, Salakia. The mark of the beasts, of the beasts. Revelation 13:16, and he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a CHARAGMA in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save that he had the CHARAGMA or the name of the beast or the number of his name. There's the plot. That's what they're trying to accomplish. Now, let's go in and let's listen to a bit of this conversation. And I mean, they know it. How does Nate not know it? You're in on the meeting. You're part of the conspiracy. Here they are openly discussing exactly what it is, and it's not sleeping with white women. It's not an embargo, right? And just because it's in your left hand doesn't mean that you don't have it. You fucking idiots. Anyway, let's listen to a bit of this. Why are they discussing it openly and niggas can't see it? Right? You can't see it because you got that bag. That bag is blinding you.
It's an ideology that he has believed in for a long time. We have to reduce the population.
Yep.
You know, he's doing it for all of these reasons, but he's not being honest with anybody. He's not coming out and saying those. He's eating around the fringes of it. When you listen to his speeches, you can put them together and go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But he'd deny that.
Of course. And no totalitarian with any sense ever said, hey guys, I want to control your life. Hey guys, I want to take a lot of your money. I want to control what you do on your farm. No totalitarian ever said that. It's always packaged as, this is for your benefit.
Now this guy, I don't know who he is, but the way he's talking, he appears to be an Edomite, but the sincerity, right? And what happens is Glenn Beck will do what he's paid to do, which is to steer you very gently in the direction that he wants you to go. And this guy will right the ship. He'll correct Glenn Beck with the truth. So he's wielding a whole lot of truth and keeping it, he's keeping it straight. So kudos to this guy. He might be a Jake because they're definitely putting the cards on the table. But the question is what is this guy the enemy or is he not? But if you have spiritual eyes, you can see that he's most likely a Jake. Just his delivery, he's pretty genuine, right? He's pretty sincere. So check it out.
Because I love you. It's because I know better. To go back to the Bible, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light.
Yes.
You'd be a lot less likely to fall for it if he showed up with some devil horns and a red tail.
And he never does.
Right.
And he never does.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the 50 and 5 plan.
So the UN has partnered with Bill Gates on this, what they call digital public infrastructure.
Now, this digital public, that's called the CHARAGMA. Okay, that's called the image of the beast. The digital, what he just said. So there, he's coming right out and connecting the dots where this thing is going. Right? Where you at, Nate? Explain this away. Right? Explain this away, Johanna. Explain this away to Zariak. Explain this away, all you niggas that are saying that all you supposed circumcision that are leading flocks astray. And here's the devil openly with horns on, openly talking about it. All right?
Of it, when you listen to his speeches, you can put them together and go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But he'd deny that.
Of course. And no totalitarian with any sense ever said, hey guys, I want to control your life. Hey guys, I want to take a lot of your money. I want to control what you do on your farm. No totalitarian ever said that. It's always packaged as, this is for your benefit. It's because I love you. It's because I know better. To go back to the Bible, Satan disguises himself as an angel of light.
Yes.
You'd be a lot less likely to fall for it if he showed up with some devil horns and a red tail.
And he never does.
Right.
And he never does.
Mm-hmm.
Talk to me about the 50 and 5 plan.
So the UN has partnered with Bill Gates on this, what they call digital public infrastructure. It's a very fancy term. And I think the simplest way to understand it is they're building a giant digital gulag for all of humanity. So the UN Development Program has officially launched this. It was officially launched at the end of last year, where they're going to get 50 governments, they call them countries, but really they mean governments, to impose at least some major element of this digital public infrastructure on their population within 5 years. So 2028.
Passports.
Digital IDs, and those are already emerging. In fact, many states are developing these now. I just went through the airport yesterday. You can scan your digital ID QR code, right? So that's happening.
And that's really one of the main reasons for the COVID
absolutely
nonsense.
The architecture that was laid down
right.
is the backbone of this global control grid that they're building. So then you've got the central bank digital currencies, which are already being unveiled. Right? They've already been released. The World Economic Forum just said a few days ago, 98% of the governments, the central banks in the world, are working on these CBDCs. Once they're fully operational, I guarantee you they're going to start waging war on cash much more openly. They'll say it's a tool for terrorists and pimps and every nasty thing, tax cheats, everything you can think of. Then you've got the payment processing systems, and you've also got we just had the head of the World Health Organization talk about this recently, the digital health certificates, the digital vaccine passports. They're taking what the EU developed during the COVID, which, by the way, the European Commission was promoting vaccine passports in May of 2019, long before anybody ever heard of a COVID or anything like that. So they're taking all of this together, and they are using it to build a control system that will not just be able to surveil and monitor everything you do on an unprecedented scale. When you combine it with AI, the ability to make sense of all this data, it's just mind-blowing, but also to manipulate what you do. And so they're talking about this again pretty openly. If you look at the World Economic Forum meetings, they talk about the benefits of programmable central bank digital currency, where they will be able to say who can buy what, when, under what conditions. And then the Bank for International Settlements, Carol Quigley, to go back to him for a moment.
Now they're about to talk about the Bible again, like they just did. So they're openly connecting what it says in the Bible to the infrastructure or the image of the beast, and you got niggas with fringes on telling you that it's okay to take it. Show me the problem.
Bill Clinton's mentor, the guy who really exposed this global agenda to create a one world system, he said the apex of the system was going to be the Bank for International Settlements. This is an institution that's almost entirely unknown to Americans. And what they are working on right now, and this is not a secret, it's not a conspiracy because it's not happening behind closed doors, is what they call a universal blockchain ledger. They want to tokenize every asset in the known universe, every farm, every car, every house, every tree, put it on this ledger, this blockchain ledger, and then you're only able to interact with this blockchain ledger using your biometric digital ID, using your central bank digital currencies. And so if I want to buy something from you, I can't just hand you a $100 bill. I've got to go on my device, connect to this blockchain system, transfer the central bank digital currencies to you, And so this is a mechanism for controlling humanity that I think is really unprecedented in human history. And when you take it all together, it's very obvious.
So I said this to an atheist the other day when we were talking about this.
Here we go.
And I said, I don't know if you've ever read the Bible, but this sounds familiar. 2,000 years ago, this system sounds like the system that would be used by the Antichrist.
How is it that two devils, well, one appears, we know this is a devil, but how do you openly talk about the Bible, what's written in it, what you plan on doing, what we clearly see, and a nigga who is seen as, right, who identifies as the leader of Israel on the face of the earth right now? They, oh, well, who are the black Hebrew Israel? Well, IUIC and Nathaniel, Bishop Nathaniel represents Yasharallah on the face, right? But this nigga is, you can't get this. You're working with this devil, all right? It's pretty easy to see you're working with this devil.
Where there's nowhere you can go. There's nothing you can.
Wait, let's let him say that again, because you talk about the Bible, not me. All right.
We were talking about this, and I said, I don't know if you've ever read the Bible, but this sounds familiar. 2,000 years ago, this system sounds like the system that would be used by the Antichrist, where there's nowhere you can go, there's nothing you can buy or sell unless you have, the mark of the beast, as it's referred to there. But I'm not saying this is the mark of the beast, but I'm saying this is exactly what's described. Correct?
Absolutely. If you go to Revelation chapter 13, you have this description that 2,000 years ago must have really sounded silly.
I remember reading it in the 70s when I was a kid, thinking, that'll never, how do you do that? That'll never happen.
Yeah.
Imagine 2,000 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Before computers, before any of this. The system that the Bible says will force everybody, great and small, rich and poor, to take this mark to be able to buy or sell anything. And again, 2,000 years ago, that must have sounded positively ludicrous. Well, today we see, at least technologically, how this would not just be possible, but we're headed in that direction. Like you, I don't purport to know what might be the mark of the beast. I certainly don't claim this is.
No.
And you have to remember that John on the Isle of Patmos, he was speaking in code. He didn't just come out and say, well, this is a little grain of rice. No, he was speaking in code back then, right? Not only did they not have a goddamn chip back then, but he was coding, right, something that hadn't even been created yet, right? So there's a double concealment on it, if you will, right? And then the spirit's got to be dealing with you. But how can two devils, or at least one, sit here and openly speak, right, on the CHARAGMA right out of chapter 13, right, openly, and a nigga is counting his riches, getting ready to go down to the tattoo shop and get a CHARAGMA so he can spend his shit, right?
But you see the architecture being laid down where a situation could emerge where people could be prevented from buying or selling if they won't participate. And so, right now, I mentioned Sweden. You've got thousands of people in Sweden who have microchips embedded in their hand. A lot of this happened during COVID. For the first couple of years of COVID, the government really took a hands-off approach. It was probably the freest country in the world when it...
And you still got niggas bucking up. Here it is. They done showed you, right? Exactly what the plan is. They introduced it, ran it, put it right in your, like they're doing now. But a nigga still trying to spin his bag Oh, no, it ain't the CHIP. I got a bag, nigga.
to COVID. But then they got a new government and they started with the vaccine passports.
Oh, you're kidding me. I
No,
didn't know that.
yeah, so people got microchips. And this had already started a little bit before COVID. You could pay for your train fare, you could use it as your keys and your ID.
So it's just implanted.
The Baja Club, you could get a drink and not have to pull out your wallet.
Under the skin
Right
on
under the
either the
skin.
hand or the forehead.
Yeah, right. I haven't done forehead yet, but you look at Neuralink and you
Yeah,
think,
you think
there's a lot of
that's-
interesting stuff going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what now?
How do you stop this? I mean, with AI, with all of the brains.
That's all we need. All right, go back and watch it. It's really good. The whole, yeah, it's a little over an hour. So it's really good because this guy is really good. He's on it. It's a really good interview. So go check that out. I just thought that, yeah. Nate doesn't even believe that there's a devil. Esau's not the devil. He's certainly not the so-called white man. All right. Anyway, that's all we need on that right here. Let's go up to 16 here. So if you get it, you're in trouble, right? Is it 14? Let me see. Let's read this. Let's start at 8. This is Revelation 14:8. And there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, right, if you're down with that program, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, either one, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever, and they shall have no rest, day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. Here is the patience of the saints. Here are they that keep the commandments of the Most High and the faith of Yahweh Shai. All right? Not you niggas with a bag and fringes on. Your day is coming. All right? And it's getting close. So get away from that nigga. All right? Because he ain't sharing his loot with you. All right? If he was smart, he'd pass it all out, not take the C-hip, right, and head for the hills when it's time to become a pilgrim. So anyway, with that, we hope that the electorate edify you, brothers and sisters. Shalom.